By now, you've probably all heard that yesterday, President Barack Obama finally made his big pick. And no, we're not talking about March Madness. We're talking about his selection to convert this Elite Eight back into a normal 9.
Today, I am nominating Chief Judge Merrick Garland to join the Supreme Court.
Yes, Merrick Garland, this fine fellow. A chief judge of the D.C. Courts of Appeals, Harvard graduate with a brilliant legal mind, you know, prosecutor Timothy McVeigh, and on top of all of that, he's totes adorbs. Oh no, you can be the judge of that.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is the greatest honor of my life, other than Lynn agreeing to marry me 28 years ago. For me, there could be no higher public service than serving as a member of the United States Supreme Court. I am grateful beyond words for the honor you have bestowed upon me.
Oh, can I keep him? Can we keep him, please, Mommy? Oh, that guy is so adorable. Like, next to him, even sweet Ruth Bader Ginsburg seems like an asshole. Oh, I love him so much. Merrick Garland. I love it. It's got a ring to it. MBG. You down with MBG? Yeah, you know me. Who's down with MBG? Well, apparently nobody.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said it would be a waste of time to meet nominee Merrick Garland.
Are you any more open to holding hearings?
Mr. Garland?
I spoke to Lindsey Graham, who said to me that he has said to the president, even if you picked me, Lindsey Graham, I would lead the charge against me because you were the one who picked me in an election year.
Oh, Lindsey. That's just low self-esteem right there, buddy. You're worth voting for yourself, my friend. Sure, maybe GOP primary voters rejected you, but rest assured, Trevor loves you, baby. Trevor loves you. Don't forget. But this, you know, this resistance to Judge Garland doesn't seem to make any sense. I mean, just based on what Senate Republicans have said about him in the past.
Merrick Garland is highly qualified to sit on the D.C. Circuit. His intelligence and his scholarship cannot be questioned.
Pat Roberts, the Kansas Republican senator, I said, well, why did you support him in 1997? He said, I just supported him.
Over my 7 years as president, in all my conversations with senators from both parties, in which I asked their views on qualified Supreme Court nominees, the one name that has come up repeatedly from Republicans and Democrats alike is Merrick Garland.
That's right. Everyone likes Merrick Garland. He's like the Paul Rudd of federal judges. In fact, it's even more, it's like Paul Rudd with a puppy's face, and then like the puppy's eyes are Paul Rudd's face. That's more, yeah, that's what, I've created a monster. Go away, go away. Bad Rudd. So I don't get it. Democrats like him. Republicans like him. Why won't the Republicans even consider him?
They simply do not believe, they say, that a president in this heated of an election cycle who is a lame duck should be able to nominate somebody.
The decision the Senate announced weeks ago remains about a principle and not a person. The Senate will continue to observe the Biden rule.
Man, Mitch McConnell seems like a bit of a dick. Well, just in principle, not as a person. Because the Biden rule isn't a rule. It was a proposal in a speech that Biden gave in 1992, where he argued against considering a Supreme Court nominee during that election year. So yeah, don't get me wrong, Biden messed up, but it's not a rule. Just because you propose something doesn't make it a rule, and that includes tonight. You don't have to kiss these people just because they're Irish. You don't have to do that. There is no Biden rule. Okay, well, there is one Biden rule, and that is if you sprinkle when you tinkle, please be neat and wipe the seat. That's the Biden rule. That's the only rule we follow. And just by the way, since when do Republicans have any respect for what Joe Biden says?
I think the vice president very well knows that sometimes the words don't come out of your mouth the right way.
Democrats aren't asked to answer every time Joe Biden says something embarrassing.
The latest gaffe of the gift that keeps on giving, who is, by the way, a heartbeat away from the presidency.
The next time you're at a party, walk up to someone, just say, Vice President Joe Biden, and close your mouth. They will crack up laughing.
Yeah, that's true. If you say Joe Biden at a party, people crack up laughing. Just like if you say Ted Cruz at a party, people leave. Time to go, people. It's Ted Cruz. It's Ted Cruz. Time to go, people. Ted Cruz. Put the drink down. Ted Cruz. Come on, guys. Get out of here. Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, people. We should all start doing that at parties from now on. Ted Cruz, everybody. Time to go. Ted Cruz. Listen, Republicans, I understand what you're going through. You lost Justice Scalia, a legendary conservative justice, and you don't want him replaced by anyone that Obama likes. But here's the big question. How do you think this is going to play out? Because what? You filibuster this guy until Obama is gone? Then what happens? Because what if Hillary Clinton becomes president and she picks Garland, or someone even more liberal? Or God forbid, Donald Trump becomes president. And who knows what he'd do? Like, he could do anything. He could pick Judge Judy. He could, just because he's heard of her. You don't know what he'd do. He might not even pick a person. He could nominate a painting of himself, or like he could nominate a racist bottle of champagne. And I don't even know what that means, to be honest, like, because how could a bottle of champagne be racist? It doesn't, like maybe you're celebrating, it's like 3, 2, 1. Who taught you that champagne? Bad champagne. I really don't understand, you know? For the Republicans, there really is no winning here. So the question is, what do you want?
Our view is this. Give the people a voice in filling this vacancy.
You know, this is rich coming from McConnell. He's saying, give the people a voice, but he's silencing the one voice who the people chose. And he's so dug in on his partisanship. He refuses to listen to reason, even when it's right there in the room with him.
The next justice could fundamentally alter the direction of the Supreme Court and have a profound impact on our country. So, of course, the American people should have a say in the court's direction.
Well, they did by electing Obama.
It is the president's constitutional right to nominate a Supreme Court justice, and it is the Senate's constitutional right to act as a check on a president and withhold its consent.
Traditionally, after a confirmation
As Chairman Grassley and I declared weeks ago and reiterated personally to President Obama, the Senate will continue to observe the Biden rule.
Not a rule. It's not a rule.
So that the American people have a voice in this momentous decision. The American people may well elect a president who decides to nominate Judge Garland
They
for
already
Senate
did.
consideration.
They already did.
President Obama made this nomination not with the intent of seeing the nominee confirmed, but in order to politicize it for purposes of the election.
He's also politicizing.
Which is the type of thing
that you're doing right now.
Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Biden was concerned about.
Can I borrow this?
The exact thing Chairman Biden was concerned about. The Biden rule underlines that what the president has done with this nomination would be unfair to any nominee.
Mitch, you're making this
up. The rule warns of the great cost of the president's action.
I couldn't have said it better.